Hello, friends. Al Iverson here, and it's time for another episode of your email authentication and deliverability questions answered. Today, what question should I answer? Why don't I ask my friend, expert deliverability consultant, Jennifer Nespola Lance?
Hi, Al. I have a question for you. I've worked with a number of clients that want to use BIMI. Can you explain the difference between a self-asserted BIMI logo and a BIMI logo? When should they move forward with each? And finally, what are the pros and cons?
Thank you kindly, Jen, for the question. Let's walk through it all. What does self-asserted mean in BIMI, and what's the difference between self-asserted BIMI and not? A BIMI record starts with a text record in DNS. It contains a link to an SVG file, which is the actual sender logo that the domain owner wants displayed, formatted in the TinyPS spec suitable for display by mailbox providers, subject to various restrictions. The BIMI record also contains a link to a PEM file, which contains the mark certificate, the VMC or CMC, that shows that the company behind this email domain has been vetted and verified appropriately by the certificate authority, the vendor that sells the VMC or CMC to the domain owner. Now, here's an example of Valamail's DNS record for a BIMI logo. That's your typical BIMI logo right there. That's not self-asserted. In this context, the entity asserting that the domain has been properly vetted is the certificate authority that issued the VMC or CMC found here in the PEM file link. So what is self-asserted? A self-asserted BIMI logo is when you publish that BIMI DNS record, it's got a link to the SVG file with the sender logo you want displayed, but that's it. No PEM file, no marked certificate, no VMC or CMC linked. You're the one asserting that the logo and your domain and your company are legit. That's self-asserting. Here's an example. My own BIMI record for spam resource. As you can see there, there's no PEM file linked in that BIMI DNS record, just a link to the SVG image that I whipped up in Illustrator. Publishing a self-asserted BIMI logo has both pros and cons. Let me break those down for you. Pros. First, you can test BIMI easily and without cost. You don't need to purchase a VMC or CMC to move forward. You don't have to worry about whether or not your logo is trademarked. And you'll likely get a logo displaying at Yahoo and Fastmail. Fastmail will display it immediately. With Yahoo, they need to see enough volume and you need to have a good sender reputation. And if your logo isn't showing up at Yahoo after a week or two, you can reach out to Yahoo via their Sender Hub website. Now, a self-asserted BIMI logo is a step in the right direction. It's first steps for getting your logo out there. It gives you a chance to work out the kinks as far as getting the DNS record set up, getting your logo converted to the right format. Incidentally, we've got a free tool here at Valamail that will help you validate the SVG logo format, help you make any corrections as needed. Put a link to that below. But there are cons to doing a self-asserted BIMI logo as well. The logo is not going to show in Gmail or iCloud inboxes. Google and Apple both require that a sender have a mark certificate, meaning a VMC or CMC, or PMC coming soon. They require that a specific certificate authority has vetted and approved the logo, the domain, and the company. Because of all that, you're going to miss out on some of the benefits of BIMI if you go the self-asserted route. Gmail, in particular, is one of the largest hosts of email inboxes in the world. You won't get that boost in engagement that BIMI brings when it comes to your Gmail subscribers. So that leads me to ask, should you do it? Should you implement a self-asserted BIMI logo? I think the answer is yes, but you definitely should move forward with implementing BIMI, and don't be afraid to go the self-asserted route, but consider it a stepping stone, a process where this is just the first step. After you've implemented self-asserted BIMI, work with a certificate authority or us here at Valamail to help you through the full mark certificate process. That way, you get the best of both worlds. You get some impact from BIMI almost immediately, and you're on a longer term path to maximizing your BIMI logo reach. Get a logo to show in Yahoo and Fastmail inboxes today and Gmail and iCloud inboxes tomorrow. That way, you'll get as much inbox coverage as possible for your BIMI logo. And finally, here are links to more information: the Yahoo Sender Hub if you need it, our Valimail BIMI logo validator, and be sure to check out the BIMI Industry Group website where you can find more information about the BIMI specification and logo requirements. That's it for today. Now you know what self-asserted means when it comes to BIMI, how that process works, and when and if you should consider implementing it. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to my friend Jennifer Nispola-Lance for her help with this one. And if you've got any feedback or questions for me, drop me an email at al.iverson@valimel.com. And don't forget to visit our website at valimel.com when you're ready to embark upon your DMARC or BIMI journey.